So
How about we go ahead and vote on these
Yeah.
and then for time? Okay, so let's go and vote
well,
on
there's a
the
motion on the table, so we need a ruling from you, Mr. Lamb.
It's not clear to me how much notice needs to be given. Is the motion itself notice? If Mr. Fogarty was here, I certainly would welcome his advice on it.
I'm not ignoring the motion, I'm
So-
just saying that we'll move to what's on hand and then we'll go back. Is that okay? Just to move the
It's-
process?
I think it's probably safer to wait, but I think the majority of the board would need to decide, do they want to take the risk that Ms. Sullivan is right, or be cautious and that she might be right, and wait one more meeting?
I don't think she's right.
Rescind it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
rescind
can I just make a comment? I don't think it's critical, to be
Nope.
totally honest, at this point. It's a
Okay.
wait.
Okay.
That would just be my feel, because I don't think
I-
we're going to take any action on this.
Honestly, I think that's best
Let it
since we
pass.
have two other board members not here,
Yeah.
so I think it's
I think that's fine, and then
it's a
that way Tom can
conscientious
check.
effort.
Can I just
Okay.
ask that we notify the board of what Mr. Fogarty finds, please? Tom, if you're going to check with Mr. Fogarty?
Well, yes, I can ask, and it may not matter because the notice, it will be given before the next meeting, but we'll
Thank
certainly
you.
ask so that if this ever happens again, we have clear direction.
Okay,
Okay, so we're rescinding that motion then.
okay. All right, so we'll move
Thank
on?
you.
Okay. So can I have a motion to go to action items? Did you ever change this, Angela?
I think it was F1 to F10.
For finance?
Does this reflect the change?
Yes,
F1
it-
through F2?
Yes, I told you that.
Okay, just making sure.
You got it.
Okay. Can I have a motion to adapt action items P1 through P20, E1 through E10, OP1, F1 through F2, and OP1?
PO1.
PO1. I always get that wrong. My dyslexia kicks in.
All right, so moved.
Second.
Mr. Carolyn.
Yes.
Ms. King.
Yes.
Mr. Kinney.
Yes.
Mr. Sotodicato.
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan.
Yes, except I'm voting no to P11, the High School Democrat Club.
Ms. LaForgia.
I have to abstain from P11J, and I also vote no to PY, P11Y, and yes to everything else.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, are we good? All right. On to committee reports and comments.
Philomena, were you answering questions or no?
Yeah, I was going to do it just before the other one.
All right, thank you.
Want to go through this and then go through
Yep,
questions?
thank you.
Okay. Committee reports and comments, we have a typical order here, but does someone want to just go first? I don't want to just do the same thing over and over. Okay, John Carolyn?
All right, Education Committee will meet on 10/21, so we'll be taking a first pass at the Start Strong reports. Look forward to that. And also, too, I wanted to congratulate Mr. Anello on his pending retirement and also on becoming AD of the Year. That's quite an accomplishment, so good for him. I did want to also share a comment from Mr. Fortunato that he was not here this evening because he came in late last night from the West Coast visiting his daughter. So he wanted me to share that with all of you. That's it. Thank you, Philomena.
Thank you. Anyone else? James?
The Personnel Evaluation Goals Committee met on Wednesday night, and we have a framework that we're kind of finalizing for the goals that we'll be talking about hopefully next meeting. That's it.
Thank you. Robert's not here. John Kinney, would you like to?
Yeah, for strategic plan, we're trying to find a time for next week. So those of you on the committee, you'll be seeing a note right after this meeting on that. We're continuing to move forward on those pieces as well. And really anticipating not only getting the input from Dr. Sika next to me, but also Rui when he gets here as well. So we'll be able to bridge that gap, being very mindful of it for that. So thanks for everyone for their flexibility around that. Best of luck to Mr. Buto. They definitely were 9 productive years. So I wish him the best. And best of luck to Ron as well. We're going to miss him. He's done a great job, I think, for us. So, thank you.
He's still here until December, right?
I know.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right.
You can't say thank you enough. That's
Yeah,
the way
well,
I
yeah.
So.
I get it. Thanks until December. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. Judy or Mrs. King, do you want to go next? No?
Whichever,
Yes.
whoever.
Go ahead. Yes,
So
please.
I am just going to read a brief statement from Helen Cool-Cordes. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend tonight's meeting because I have been contact traced, and while I am vaccinated and feel fine, I am still waiting for the PCR test results. Therefore, out of an abundance of caution and to keep everyone safe, I will be unable to attend tonight. As far as my committee goes, the Facilities, Road Forward, and Safety Committee will be meeting on Wednesday of this week. And I did attend the first Indian Hills High School PTSO meeting that they had. There is a new president and vice president. The new president is Beth Asgarian, vice president is John Underfer, treasurer is Kathy O'Neill. They are still looking for volunteers. I encourage all of the parents and students to go out and get involved with the PTSO. I myself, with my boys, had a wonderful experience. The PTSO was incredibly generous. All of their fundraising goes directly to the students and the teachers. They have assorted pop-ups for the kids and the teachers as well, and all the staff. And they also give out scholarships at the end of the year. So it's really important for everyone to get involved. I know that APTS as well is very involved. But the Indian Hills High School, they do not have a full executive board yet, so they are still looking for a board secretary if anyone is interested in doing that. Get out and get involved. It's the best way to find out what your kids are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sullivan, just before you go, can I just make, I thought you were going to make a statement for Helen. I just wanted to
I
say
did.
in her communication committee, she has been talking closely with Dr. Denicio, and they are planning a meet and greet for Thursday, October 28th at Indian Hills between 7 and 8, but details are pending, so I'm sure she'll update us as soon as possible. And Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes, thank you, Ms. LaForgia. The policy committee meeting did not meet since the last board meeting. We are meeting this Wednesday. We're going to be looking at policy 2415 on student surveys, policy 8600 on student transportation, policy 8420 on emergencies, regulation 8420.1 on fire drills, and then about 4 other policies, 3221, 3222, 223, and 224, which concern mostly with the evaluation of staff. I also wanted to report that I did attend the Bergen County first in-person meeting since COVID has started over in, I think it was in Teaneck, I can't recall the town, for the New Jersey School Boards Association. I learned a lot while I was there. There were heads of various organizations there. The county superintendent of schools, interim county superintendent of schools, Lou DeLucio, spoke. He was very informative, very supportive of both the parent community and actually the administrative and teaching community. I learned while I was there. Also wanted to advise that I have a couple of questions still that have gone unanswered on the curriculum, Mr. Rashika. I'm just hoping that you can get back to me with my questions, and I'm still looking for those Google forms, if at all possible. I know you're swamped. I'd also like to know, so I can report to my constituents, how much money the district spent on defending Mr. Budo on Ms. King's ethics complaints against him, if at all possible. I think the public has a right to know that. And then finally, I wanted to say to Mr. Budo, I'm sorry you're not here. I'm not prepared to make a long presentation about his contributions to the school because I just found out tonight that he is retiring and won't be here. I'm upset that we're doing it the way we're doing it, that he's not physically here. A volunteer for 9 years, I did a back of the envelope calculation. It comes out to about 1,000 to 2,000 hours of his time. He has a family, and he has been on the board for 9 years. So I just wanted to thank him for the thousands of hours that he has put into being a board member. He's been the chair of the finance committee since I've been on the board. He's super great with numbers and strategy in terms of spending. He can recall statistics like no other math person I've ever met. He is very student focused, which is something that he and I connected on many occasions, and I'm really going to miss his contributions terribly. He was a great advocate for Franklin Lakes, and I hope that we can find somebody who is equally skilled to replace him. So thank you, John, if you're listening. I'm going to miss you more than you will know. And that's it. Our policy committee is meeting this week, and we will take up those additional policies, and that's all I have to report.
Thank you.